Hello everyone, AceBullion here, or John Armas, otherwise known as AceBullion. There you go. I'm going to address the elephant in the room. Sky-high prices. Things that are going so high, which is silver and gold. And well, platinum is kind of going high, but we will talk about this metal in a little bit. And really, the big question is should you buy gold or should you buy silver? My answer, and I'm just going to be upfront and honest here, is both. And if you got a little bit of change left over, pick up some platinum. Now, before everyone kind of goes, whoa, 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 I have a ton of facts and information, and hopefully I'll be able to put that into a perspective that will help you understand what is going on. Now, before I begin, the disclaimer is: one, I'm not a financial advisor. Two, the information that I had done, which was all the research, was yesterday, and that's before prices decided to hit over 3,000 British pounds, or if you're in America, apologies, over 4,000 US dollars. Holy cow! That's all I'm going to say is holy cow. So, quick update, just because I can. I showed you guys last time. I am true to my word. I bought 2 more Geigers just to go with my Geiger collection there. Starting to build up. Every little bit helps as I keep, evolving. So let's have a little talk regarding the silver side of things. I'll show you some nice silver here. So silver in 3 years has gone up by 95.83%. 5 years, 94.25. 10 years, 254.60. Now let's compare that to gold, because this is kind of interesting. I find it really super interesting. So gold in the 3-year period by percentage has only gone up 94.56. In a 5-year, whoa, here we go, folks. 5-year, now this is where it's definitely outshined the other precious metal, which is it's gone up 103.39 compared to 94.25. Bear in mind, these stats were as of yesterday, so this has probably moved up even further. In a 10-year, and this is again where gold has shined, it's gone up almost 300%. So we have 298 exactly, whereas silver's done 254. What about 20 years ago? 20 years ago, if you would have bought an ounce of gold, which by the way, this one's on my website, and it's as cheap almost as anything, kind of a cheap plug here. Yeah, contact me before you try to buy it. Yeah, so 20 years, you could have bought an ounce of gold, 1 ounce. Well, I say bought, a spot price, £4 and 20 pence. Yep. And if you take a look at, sorry, that was for silver. If you take a look at gold, that would have been £260. I'm just going to triple check that last remark about the gold, because I'm just triple checking it to see what it was. And yeah, it was £4 and 20 pence, or let me put it into a US dollar form, which would have been $7.42. Interesting. That's what I think. So £4.20. Can you believe that? £4.20 for an ounce of gold. And all I'm going to say is that for one of these, if you would have just bought, one of these at the time, okay, and you would have bought the equivalent, okay, which would have been 62 ounces of silver, yeah, gold still would have been slightly better today by the spot price, but not a huge amount. But you also have kind of a safety net. There is not a huge amount in it, is what I'm getting to, to say to everyone. We're only talking, under £1,000 period. And I know £1,000 may seem like a huge amount, but considering the investment that you need to buy for gold when it can drop so suddenly and so quickly over the historic times, as can silver, silver is a safer haven than gold to some degree if perhaps maybe you're not that well off. So currently yesterday when I done this, silver was at 36.8 pence per ounce and gold was just under the 3,000. It was at 2,967 and 3 pence, which meant that there's 82 ounces. You can get 82 ounces of this shiny silver stuff, okay? Which is, let's just do this here for a second. I'm gonna move some of these nice shiny things around because this is where I wanted to actually put things into perspective for you. So, right, there we go. So we're gonna move the platinum aside for a minute. And we got, let's move this gold off as well. We don't need to have that in front of us. So for 1 ounce of gold, okay, you're gonna get, well, the silver to gold ratio was actually 82 to 1. So let's see here, 2, 4, that's 30, that's 70, so that's, okay. I forgot how many are in the series here, 70, that's 80 right here. And it was 2. So let's just grab a 2 ounce coin there. So that's what you're gonna get right there, okay? For one of these. Okay, cool, interesting. Although that's not really the case, is it? Because you're never gonna be able to get things at spot. In fact, the cheapest I've seen these, 1 ounce coins go, and the cheapest is Britannia's really, is ridiculously high. In fact, let me just quickly check from a basic online place that sells it, because I don't want to just pick a thing here if you like. So the cheapest 1 ounce gold coin that I can buy today, have it delivered to me that I'm aware of, is £3,214. So that is significant, £3,214, when the spot of gold at the moment is 3,011. If I take a look at how much I'm selling my 1 ounce carded Homer Simpson, which is a collectible, I've bumped it up today to 3,250. Preferably delivered. I'll be sorry, preferably picked up is my apologies. But yeah, there you go. Having also a basic understanding and basic look at some of the other things. Realistically, if you had to kind of do the gold to silver ratio on a realistic scale, you're looking at about 61 ounces, 59 to 61 ounces. So anywhere from 53 pounds 16. Now this was yesterday's prices, so you can get about 59 ounces, 61. However, and I'm not, I haven't been sponsored or pushed by the Silver Trader for any of this. However, if you actually go onto the Silver Trader site, you can get over 70 ounces, which just is kind of beggar's belief, for the same price of 1 ounce of gold. So you can get 2 kilo bars, 200 gram bars, and that delivered for the same price as 1 ounce. That's an awful lot. I mean, that's, 2 kilo bars. It's just insane. It's a lot of silver. But here's what I would do. I wouldn't buy an ounce of gold, personally. And I wouldn't be rushing off and buying kilo bars either, or 500 or 100 ounce and all of these bars, okay? No, no, no. I would buy, let's take half of this here. There we go. I would take, and I'm not saying buy fractional, but just for the record, for all those people who laughed at, you know, fractional gold when I was saying to buy it, look who's laughing last. Haha, fools. Yeah. I always had an incline for that. But anyway, so I would buy no more than half an ounce, maybe even a fifth of an ounce or a quarter of an ounce, okay, of gold. And then I would take the other, you know, bits of money and I'd put it into silver. If you have a tiny bit left over, look at buying platinum, because platinum at the moment is still a stable environment. One of the interesting things that I found when I was looking was that, well, platinum hasn't really gone up or down. But don't put your money in, you know, platinum as one basket. Please don't. Gold, silver, yes. Try to do it. Stay within your budget. That's all I'm going to say, folks. There's a lot to digest. I just realized what time I've gone over, which is significantly much longer than I wanted to talk for. But really, I kind of want to grab someone and just like shake him and say, look, please don't, you know, don't go into that. Not over this kind of stuff, because gold can fall just like that, okay? Gold can just plummet. Silver can drop again as well. At the end of the day, we have, you know, a nice commodity here. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.